Hello, everybody. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, I can. Okay, good. Welcome to This Won't Last Long, the podcast where I talk all things me, if I deem it interesting, all things nerdy, all things mainly nerdy, but all things pop culture as well, the stuff that interests me, and hopefully later on in this podcast's evolution, stuff about pop culture and nerdy and anything else that interests you guys, or guests that I want on that hopefully will eventually, I'll have people on, guests on this podcast, in this evolution of this podcast. But anyway, this is episode 20. We're getting closer and closer to the end of this 2023, and in the event of that will mark the end of season 1 of this podcast, which is very exciting because season 2 will be a whole new thing. I don't know how I have a while to plan that, but yeah, I hope to kind of have a new branding to the podcast every year. New logo, new me, obviously just naturally, it's going to be a new me, that just happens in life, and then new topics, like new conversations. So yeah, and what made me kind of think about this is there are these great two guys. I need to listen to more of them, but in terms of like listening to podcasts, I've been catching up on Markiplier's podcast with his two best friends, Bob and Wade, which is called Distractable. Go listen to it if you haven't. It's not like either at any one of them in the friend group is small in any means, but like it's just a really cool thing that they do. So you guys should go check it out. But anyway, so since I've been catching up on those episodes, I still have more to listen to. Anyway, another podcast that I've listened to that I'll catch up on after Distractable, after I'm caught up with Distractable, is this podcast called Friends from Work, which isn't as big, but it's very interesting. It's two friends from work that basically talk about everything Marvel and like any little bit of news that comes out. And it's not just them that I've seen do this. It's like, I hope you guys watch them, but are Real Rejects, which are probably my favorites, like one of my favorite duos on the internet, on YouTube, doing it today, and also one of my favorite channels in general, specifically in terms of reaction content, in the reaction genre. But yeah, they are great. They really bring they really make it more than just a reaction. It's really their personalities and like their friendships with each other and their brotherhood and sisterhood, and just they're kind of all like a big family, which is amazing, man. And it's just awesome to see. They discuss afterwards and before, and they have like fan events, and like there's really great guys. Anyway, I've been seeing them do live streams as of like, it's a kind of a newish thing that they've been doing, but like they kind of live stream whenever they can, but like whenever they try to live stream, whenever there's a new and a big breaking the internet kind of thing with Marvel that's happening, or like some Marvel or DC thing that people are talking about, whether it's a rumor or it's a set photo like the Wolverine one. I think they live streamed about that, or the Superman Legacy casting news. That was a big one. Yeah. So I may do something like that where in season 2, whether I don't know what fandom I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do one every kind of week. Anyway, this is just me shooting this shit right now. So like, it could be like Real Rejects, like all our Real Rejects, because I could see if there's a big headline or rumor or whatever that everybody's talking about, if it's Marvel or Star Wars or DC or whatever kind of fandom there is that pops up that people are talking about, then I'll have that headline or whatever be that headline or rumor or whatever be the focus of that episode, and then if there's like smaller headlines or rumors that's kind of lower in terms of how big they are, then those could be like the subtopics that I talk about outside of, like, around the big topic. So but that's not for a while, you know, that's not until 25th, so yeah, like 4 months from now, so I have to think about that for a while. So yeah, but obviously to start it off is like every episode in this season which is about me. So let's just rip the band-aid off. I haven't been feeling the greatest the past like month. Sorry, Mr. Respondents. And I'll just talk about it briefly. So this is because started with my step grandpa passing, and then soon after that I lost a good close person I considered a close and good friend. Won't name names and any others that I talk about, but yeah. Apparently there was a rumor spread about me that I badmouthed her and said more about her than she believed it, so I was like, okay, your choice. That kind of helped me accept losing her as a friend, because I was more mad than sad, really, because of that. So anyway, then soon after that, I'm messing, I switched them around by accident. The first thing that happened was my stepbrother passing away, and then soon after that it was losing that good friend of mine. Then soon after that, to a rumor, and then soon after that it was before those two things, it was my sister's boyfriend, who I consider like a brother to me. Broke up with her, and then it was our grandpa, and then it was that good friend. And then actual grandpa, excuse me, is in the hospital because we think he'll need like assisted whatever, or being in a home or whatever, but yeah, just multiple strokes. Lost feeling to the one side. You know, can't move properly. Old people stuff. Common stuff, but still hard. Still doesn't negate it. How it feels. How it was just hard going in there and seeing how little he was able to speak, form words. Like he was just how slow he talked. Yeah. But anyway, and soon after that, lost. Probably one I was closest to in this old friend group. Can't even say old. I mean, I knew them since this November. Closer to the start of this, more so start of the school year, but whatever. We all started hanging out together as a group in November. So, yeah, this guy, he, I guess, just drifted apart from me. So, happens. That was kind of an easier thing to accept than the rumor thing with the one girl. But then, yeah, so lost him, he drifted apart from me, whatever. And then, yeah, obviously we're still dealing with the grandpa stuff. So I'm still emotionally dealing with all of it, but because you know, I'll be reminded of this and that this day or whatever, and you know, it all passes with time, right? So it gets easier every day, but I'm still dealing with it. And then, yeah, so I haven't been feeling the greatest, but well, we move, and also, in terms of the friend thing, I won't talk about any of it, because it's all personal, but I've gotten used to it. People just, like, up and leaving, it's a common thing to happen in my age, and I've just kind of accepted that. That probably just happens the more older I get, and with life getting in the way, but I still have good friends that I get closer to that shouldn't do that. So when life starts to get in the way, starting this year with uni and everything, so yeah. So that's it with how I've been feeling. But that's not all though. Like I'm still excited for uni, and I'm still me. Not depressed or suicidal or anything like that. I'm just still emotionally dealing with all of those losses. But I'm okay though. Still got good friends, still got family. Life happens, people die. People maybe like it just, these things happen, and I've just accepted that over years. Anyway, fun podcast time. So the only really other thing about me, the final thing I'll talk about myself is the projects, because those are the most exciting. So the next thing is university stuff, including Fan Expo. So I'm so excited for both. I don't know which one I'm more so excited about, but yeah, so with I'm going to York University. It's not a secret, I've said it in many other previous podcast episodes, but one thing about York is that I found out, I don't know if I talked about it last one of the last times, but I did talk about one of the last times that someone that I saw who's in my program on like the York incoming students kind of account on Instagram, add me to a group chat. All the people that we know are in our program, which is cinema and media arts production, film production stuff. So one of the people was Ronnie. Yeah, fine. So we found out together that, like, because we were on FaceTime, whatever, that there's 1 million square feet, bro, of like of studio space that it's called CineSpace that York grants all the students, whatever, but like just all the students and filmmakers, whatever, to use for their projects and assignments and whatever. Holy shit, dude! It's 30 studio lots. So 30 studios. Oh, actually, fuck. I didn't even do the math. Let's find this out together, guys. So 1 million, I believe, is how many zeros? Yeah. Okay. So 1 million divided by 30. So each studio, if this is right, is 3,000 square feet. Now let's just search up how big 3,000 square feet is. It is 3,000 square feet. So half of 3,000 square feet, I just searched up, is compared to... Okay, sure. This is actually better. This is actually a better comparison. One of the things on Google said how many people can fit in 3,000 square feet, and it says 500. So that's a big fucking studio, dude. And that's awesome, because in these studios, shortly after that FaceTime, a couple weeks after, I don't know the timeline, but I know that, but yeah, so I stayed over at my dad's place last Wednesday, and we found out together when I was out to dinner with him, that at CineSpace, at these studios, a lot of stuff that I've nerded out about have been filmed there. The biggest ones: Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Kick-Ass, Saw 4, Handmaid's Tale, this show called Taken was shown a lot, but anyway. One of the Silent Hill films, Silent Hill Revelation. Either 4 or 5 of the Resident Evil live-action films. And that's all I kind of remember. Oh, and Orphan from 2009, which I think is a big horror movie. So, yeah, dude. If any celebrity that I'm a fan of, or like has been in something that I love dearly, if any one of them is there, I'm gonna lose it. Cause like I don't know. Like, I don't know how it all works. Like, I don't know if all the students can use it one day, and then all the A-list whatever actors can use it one day, and whatever. I don't know how. I'll update you guys when I kind of start working there. working on films and stuff there. But anyway, so that's fucking awesome, because that puts in perspective how big this school actually is. How, like, I'm not one to care about prestige, but like, it does to an extent say a lot about what school you're going to. It kind of says like, here's what these people have that were taught here grew up to do. Like, for the, I forget the fucking Edgar Wright, sorry. For Edgar Wright to have been taught there, one of my, I mean, let's just search up, guys, like, Edgar Wright, okay? So besides Scott Pilgrim, which is a great movie, he's also made Ant-Man, the first one, or was involved with it. Last Night in Soho, which I haven't seen yet still, but I've heard very good things about that movie. Baby Driver, which I've heard is one of the greatest movies of all time, but I still haven't seen it yet. On my list, don't worry, both of those. Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, obviously, great movies. The World's End, which I've heard about, but I haven't seen. Sing, which is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. A Fistful of Fingers, which I've heard about. Grindhouse, which I've heard became a cult classic. Land of the Dead, which obviously is involved in the Dawn of the Dead kind of things, Shaun of the Dead things. Sing 2, which I haven't seen yet, but again, I love Sing. But yeah, all the Shaun of the Dead kind of involved stuff, he made all those. Like, man. And also everything with Scott Pilgrim, like, yeah, dude. And just to confirm it, I'm even gonna search up, did Edgar Wright go to university? Damn it. He went to Arts University in Bournemouth, wherever that is, but still, like, he used York's services and respected the school enough to use them. So, dude, and even if he wasn't taught specifically at York in Toronto, he still filmed Scott Pilgrim, and he didn't do Kick-Ass, but he filmed Scott Pilgrim in where I'm going to be filming all my stuff. And like, that's amazing, because obviously whoever made Kick-Ass, I'll search that up too in a minute, but like, specifically Edgar Wright, because he's one of my favorite filmmakers, or directors, whatever you want to call it, ever. And for him to film Scott Pilgrim there means that, like, I don't call it cheesy, but like, I'll feel his kind of creativity kind of like seeping off the fucking walls of that place, of those studios, because like, that's just what happens, you know? Like, that creativity never leaves a place like that. I know that for a fact because of from high school, those film classes I took with Mr. Visca, and like the studio ones, the announcements classes in grade 11, and then again in grade 12, and also the what were the other ones called? Contech was the other one. Like in grade 9 and again in grade 12. I had 4 classes with the guy. He taught me most of what I know. A perfect teacher by all means, no, but a shitty teacher at sometimes, yeah, he was. But also, without those 4 classes, I would know nothing of what I do now, and also maybe I wouldn't even gone into film. And clearly, by the last 2-3 years, I've been writing and making film kind of things, and just content in general, just like art, related to film. Like I was kind of born to do this. Like I realized that over the last few years, you know, and to be able to get to do it professionally is going to be just amazing thing. And I hope that that Toronto International Film Festival thing happens for me, that opportunity happens for me. I pray and hope that fucking happens for me, because that is not an opportunity to be missed. Dude, I don't know what year of the 4 years that I will be there that opportunity arises. I don't know when it happens. When it does, I will fucking get every chance to be at TIFF and to premiere my creations and to premiere my films, because that's like, it's a dream fucking come true. That's like, if I don't get to go to the Oscars, I would be happy with just going to TIFF. Like, that'd be fucking amazing. May it be a milestone, because that'd probably be the first time I'll have premiered a film or short film, whatever, in a theater. And also, if I get hired, that'd be also, or the producer or whatever, that'd be a milestone, because then that would mean that would mark the first time I'll have gotten hired to be in film professionally, really professionally. So again, that's in the future, but whenever it arises, I will, like, mark my words, I will fucking be at TIFF whenever that happens, because that'll be big. Anyway, so I mean, it goes without saying, I am beyond excited to do this. It's been a dream of mine to do this for the past 3 years. And really, all my life, really. I've never been interested in film making since before 3 years ago, but I've always been that type. Like, I remember even growing up, like, in grade 2 and 3, when I was like 7, 8, 9, like, just I'll just call him Mr. M. I'll say his full name. But Mr. M would always give me extra time to write my stories. Because he knew that I loved the shit out of them. And maybe there was some mystical destiny thing, whatever you want to talk, whatever you want to debate about it, that like the universe was kind of working in him to like kind of have me pursue that stuff more and give me a space to do that stuff, to do that writing and those stories, and to explore my creativity. Like, I've always seen things that way. I've always seen things in the creative lens, and obviously in the last 3 or 4 years in the writing and film lens. And if you don't know what I mean by that, like, I hope you do, but basically people call it creative eye, or you have an eye for that, or you have a good knack for that, or you have a good eye for that, or you have a good ear for that. You have a good taste for that. Like, for example, chefs or food critics, like anyone in that kind of vein has the eye or the lens, or more so the mouth and the taste for, nose even, or like certain ingredients and stuff like that, how a dish is prepared. Like they have that talent for that. With me, like filmmakers and writers and other people in the film world or industry, I have to say world, but anyway, and have the eye and the lens for what makes a good story, and yeah, what makes a good story, but also like what makes a good shot, or what music would fit with this moment in our day, or like it's an everyday thing. And over time you kind of have to learn to shut it off and just enjoy life. But also, it's like film is my life and our lives in terms of like a really filmmaker and writer, and it's just so special that that's a community that I'm gonna finally properly be a part of and be joining. It's gonna be so awesome. And you know what? If it's not awesome, if it's not completely awesome in terms of, I'm sure there'll be negative things, like everything in life has negative things, but like compared to the last month, it'll feel like fucking Christmas, dude. Just, this town is not connected to so much pain, so much anguish, and so much anger, sadness, whatever. Not just the last month, but over the last, like, shit, man, all my life, like, to leave that behind and to just basically just fucking throw that huge boulder that I've been carrying for all my life of just this after this and shitty thing after shitty thing in this stupid town. Just throw it all off the cliff, throw it all out of the side of the car, and for it to keel over and just finally die. It's gonna be such an amazing feeling. Tomorrow. Well, like not Friday, but like, because you know what I mean, because technically today is Friday, so technically tomorrow is Saturday. I mean tomorrow in terms of Saturday. And that feeling will start Saturday. So, there's a shitty teacher, or a shitty co-director, or assistant director, or a member of my crew, like, it won't affect me as much as it did before, or as it would before. Because I'll be in a place, in a city that isn't connected to anything, really. I mean, if anything, it's not connected to anything negative, really. Because the only times I've been in Toronto is for, like, occasions, you know, to visit a friend who lives there, like Shreya, or like to, you know, like growing up, you know, Ridley's Aquarium, or Jay's Games, or fan expos, and, you know, like, it's not really connected to anything past those kind of things, you know? You know, I'm sure if I delved deep into my memory and, like, really thought about it for hours and hours, there'd be some, like, negative things that have happened on those days, but if you just think about it as a whole, as a town, it's nothing negative. And that's great, and I can't wait to finally go to that town, you know? Or that city. So anyway, that was a little bit tangent, sorry. Yeah, other university stuff is that, like, in terms of finally finding a partner, we'll see how things pan out with a certain girl in my program who I'm not, like, directly interested in, but I mean, I am, but, like, it's also, if you immediately kind of, I'm sure anybody my age knows, you just immediately, like, tell someone, I want to date you, I want to go out, blah, blah, blah. It just, no, it just doesn't happen. You have to actually know the person first, you have to be their friend, you have to, like, get to know them, and then, after a while, there's a way more of a chance of, like, them actually willing to love you and all that, so I hope it happens, because there's this one girl in the program, and then there's my roommate, who I just started talking to today, because we were talking about yesterday, or not yesterday, last episode, I didn't find out about my roommate is yet, and today, this morning I woke up, over time I hope I kind of get rid of this habit, but, like, mostly everyone in the world has this habit, so I'm not like, oh, boo with me. So, you know, checking your phone and the first thing in the morning, that's the first thing you do when you wake up, other than, like, stretch and say hi to my cat and whatever. Anyway, people with cats and dogs relate, but anyway, so woke up, checked my phone, checked Snap and Instagram and TikTok and all those kind of fun ones first, and then I checked email because I saw one that said roommate, and then I'm like, huh? And then it said roommate request, and then I'm like, oh, so I got more intrigued. I read on and it said Logan, and then I was like, oh, and then it linked his email, and I was like, okay, So it's not like it wasn't real. It was literally from New York and whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. And we were talking on the email thread, a few messages, and then literally no one fucking talks in email. So I was like, okay, here's my Instagram. We can talk more in there. And then add more socials later. So you add my Instagram, saw his Instagram. There's a very attractive cosplays. But yeah. So other than that, he's also very nerdy. That's good. He's in the community as well as an ally for LGBTQ, which is great because that was my only, if not main fear, of not knowing who my roommate was. Because what if they were phobic or what if, that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't be able to by myself, or I wouldn't be safe in my own dorm room. It was just a terrifying concept. And for that to finally be a relief of oh, he's an ally and he's pansexual like me and all that stuff, that's amazing, man. And he also, one of his posts, he was wearing eyeliner and more flowy clothing for prom. That's me also, with the feminine gender expression, which is also amazing. So I have nothing to worry about in terms of that sense. I'm sure there's more. There's always gonna be people who don't like me and people like me in terms of fruity and queer and stuff. Especially in Toronto, but in big cities like that. But in terms of just living on campus, it's awesome that I don't have to worry about that. I can just be myself. That's just awesome. Can't even describe the fucking breath of relief that I had when I found that out today. When I found all that out today, I was so relieved. Anyway, so maybe that'll work out. We'll just be friends either way. Not losing anything. If I'm just friends with both these people, but yeah, just being at York and meeting all these people. I think I'll finally find that person, but it's not about that though, because even though life is about that for some people, it's not about that for me, and a lot of other people, sure. A lot of other people too, I'm sure, but partner isn't the ultimate goal. I mean, yes, it is, but also it's not the same way, because you shouldn't focus on it too much. I've learned. So I was stretching my neck, but it will just naturally happen. Especially with York, I feel it'll happen sooner than later. I'm sure it won't happen in 4th year. It should happen, hopefully, in this 1st year, or in 2nd year, because I've talked to many people about this, family, friends, whatever, of them agreeing with me that just being at York and having that initial connection of being interested in film already helps. Kind of meeting people and dating and being interested in people like that already, so hopefully that kind of stuff works out, that kind of part of it. So yeah, that's kind of all the university stuff, I think, other than I need to organize my clothes either after the stream or tomorrow at some point, because tomorrow is the final day I'll have a chance to do it, so obviously I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, man, it's gonna be tricky, kind of not being in this house for the first time. Well, for that long. It's gonna be pretty weird. Like, I haven't felt this way since I was so much younger, like 12 or 13 maybe? Because that was my first sleepover. Yeah, I remember, because it was like 2016 or 17, so I would have been, yeah, 11, 12 or 13, around that range. And my first sleepover at this old friend of mine, on Lake's house. And yeah, and I was there for that whole afternoon, and then obviously through the night, and a little bit of the morning, and that little bit of the afternoon the next day as well. And then I went home, and then I was like, oh, I'm home again. But it felt so new to be in like a someone else's house, and it was just like, yeah, man. Also a few years before that, I was like 8 or 9, and we went my first and only really vacation. It was to the resort of Delawana, and that was very new to me. First vacation I've ever been to so far in my life. I remember even at 8 or 9, it feeling amazing. It was 4 days, and at the time that felt new, obviously me being a little bit younger, 8 or 9, and family never being on a vacation, me never being on a vacation, personally. It just all felt so new. Waking up in a cabin, and would have ordered me breakfast the next building over. Like, it was just so, yeah, man. And obviously, the few summers with camps and things like that, those are amazing for the most part. There were some, negative things, but, we don't talk about that. I don't focus on that stuff. But yeah, I haven't felt that way for years. That'll be I hope it's like all those other times when I was away from here in this town, where it felt like time didn't mean anything or even existed, where it felt like phones didn't exist, where it felt like the problems of society didn't exist, or the world, or anything. It was just that moment right then and now. And I hope that York feels like that. Obviously, I'm also a realist. I know it won't feel like that every time, every day, or anything like that, but I hope it feels like that at least a lot of the time. So, yeah. But turning that concept on its head, kind of finishing off this segment myself, my projects, which over the course of them went through a lot, especially in the final kind of days of making it. Either of them, both of them. Which I talked about at the start, obviously. So, using the two friends and rainbows and things and others. And so yeah, 5 losses in the last month. Obviously, translated to me feeling less motivated to finish these two projects. But actually, a funny thing happened, because that's what I would say if that did happen. But I actually felt way more motivated, because I knew that leaving this town is coming up. It was coming up at the time, and I said to myself, yeah, this fucking sucks, but also, so this will sound less, we should finish these projects to a come, so we don't have anything to worry about when we're at university. And I just fucking went and finished both the projects. Like yesterday, I made the last 4 trailers for the one project, the interview, like that. Like, it was just, I went and I was like, go, and I finished everything in the last, month or so since all this has started happening. And that's been pretty hectic, especially with leaving the restaurant job that I was working at for the past 4 months as of yesterday, but actually my final day was the 20th. So technically 3 months and 20 more days, but also just 4 months, whatever. I rounded up, shut up. So, so with that being said, I mean, with work it felt more motivating because I knew that I was going back home after work to work on stuff I actually enjoyed, and that I was almost done those projects, but also I was almost done working at the restaurant. So both kind of coincided, and that was a pretty incredible thing, because I was like, yeah, not to toot my own horn or anything, but like, dude, I was pretty fucking proud of myself. So, like, think about it, because the interview, I conceptualized and conceived the idea of 1 year ago, which is crazy to think. And in that 1 year, you know, procrastination hiatuses aside, if you want to get really technical about it, no, I wasn't working on it for the whole year, but I was thinking about it for the whole year, pretty much. So in a way, I was working on it for the whole year, from a certain point of view. What's gone by that name? Obi-Wan, since before you were born. Anyway, and then with Strum into Progress, the personal documentary that is coming out either mid to late November or early to either November or December at some point. So and also the teaser trailer for that is coming out tomorrow at some point. I think midnight tomorrow, I think it's coming out. But anyway, so with Strum into Progress, it was 5 months of working on this. And, you know, when I wasn't practicing guitar, I was looking for songs or adding songs to my playlist of, like, tutorials, or I was listening to songs of, like, what would be easy to play, or I was watching, like, cool guitar things to kind of be part of the community more. Or I was editing, because I'm someone, as I've talked about before, like, I'm someone who edits while I film. Like, I edit during the duration of my filming process. It's part of my process, which will be, I'm sure, challenging for me when I start working in actual groups at York. But anyway, in crews and things. But yeah, in terms of showing the progress, I would film a session, and no matter how little or oh my god, what's the fucking word? No matter how little or because with Strong in the Progress, I would film a session with like little to no progress, at least for a few of them, and then edit it to show what I wanted to show, and then maybe that'd be it for the day, or maybe I'd add some text boxes to it, or some color things, or some effects, or whatever, sound things, music, whatever. But I would do that every time I picked up the guitar. I'd work on editing it for the next couple days or whatever. Like, I was basically, and there was the kind of rare day where I would where all my work would be, but it was just listening to songs or watching tutorials or whatever, but not actually doing anything on the laptop or on the guitar, where I would just kind of be trying to think of ideas of how to make it a cohesive narrative of a self-documentary. Just research about how to make a self-documentary. There was all these things where I would just, in certain ways, be working on this documentary for the last 5 months, pretty much every day. Unless there was a day where I was doing stuff with people a whole day, or working a lot or whatever, where I just kind of, because at work you kind of have to turn your mind off. But anyway, so and then obviously, as I was starting to make the documentary 5 months ago, when June kind of started, maybe towards the end of June, I don't know, the paths kind of converged, the two projects kind of converged in the sense of I was working on both at the same exact time. And that stressed me the fuck out. And you will see in the documentary how stressed I was, because I was and think about it, at the time, it was still also, I realize I don't have to now, but I still thought I needed to learn how to skate, and that was the thing I wanted off the bucket list or whatever. And then there was also my reading list that I still needed to finish, that I wanted to read every book of, which I finished in before graduation, so I didn't need to worry about that after June. But yeah, from March to June I was worried about it. Same with the skating thing, and then after I realized okay, no, actually it's just these two projects that I want to finish. So the skating is guitar. With guitar I realized also it's just in terms of my case, my specific case of just wanting to learn guitar and skating right now, at least, it's just something that it's just two things that I'll continue learning through life. you don't perfect things that you want to learn, right? It's kind of the whole point of learning things, because it's the enjoyment of learning it, and the pursuit of perfecting it, but never actually perfecting it, and you kind of accepting that. It's kind of the joy of learning. So anyway, especially artistic things. So and also I can learn skating while I'm in Toronto as well, while I'm at York and stuff. So, and then with the interview, the two friends who helped me film, one of them was the guy that, the close friend that I lost. So, over the last month, since like mid-July until I guess last week or before last week, when I lost him, that month there was like no contact, because in reality he was just holding off. I was terribly afraid of admitting that he lost his connection to me. He was too afraid to admit that to me. I'm too afraid to just be honest and fucking tell me straight up, which is something I don't respect. So I lost a good chunk of my respect for him with that. But anyway, so with that, I kind of had to find someone else to fucking help me. I was desperate, man. And this dude who is in a program adjacent to mine, screenwriting, named Oliver, who graduated from my former high school last year. So he was doing nothing this summer, and he was automatically willing to help me, and then for however long I needed help with it. So I was very grateful to him, and will always be, because who knows how long it would have been until someone besides Oliver would have reached out. Like, right? Who knows how little time I would have if Oliver didn't reach out to finish this project. So, and then Oliver went on a little vacation, kind of before school kind of vacation, before school starts kind of vacation, last week. And with that, I was like, shit, I need to film the last part. I need to film by myself for the project, for the interview. So I was like, fuck, how am I gonna do this? And I just struggled with it, but I did it. I filmed it, and I was proud of it. It's probably one of the 9 parts I'm either most proud of, or one of them that I'm most proud of. One of them that I'm really proud of. So yeah, that stressed me out, and so that was the only part I filmed by myself, that last 9th video for it. And then, yeah, before that, Oliver was helping me for like the other 7 videos, and then before that it was obviously the intro video that the other guy that I lost and his boyfriend helped with. Also, another one of my good friends, his boyfriend, but yeah. And they made bloopers with those 2 old friends, and then a more formal, for lack of a better word, behind the scenes kind of thing with Oliver. So you will see both soon after the interview was released, and then in October. By the way, the release date is October 13th. The final trailer for the interview is next month. Pretty much a few weeks from now, Friday the 13th, more like Tuesday the 13th? It's September 13th is when the final trailer will be released. And then the next 3 weeks after that, a different kind of quick kind of promo will be released every Friday until the final promo on October 6th. We'll just say next Friday at the end, and then next Friday after October 6th will obviously be the release of the project. So that's also a very satisfying timeline for me to kind of follow. And then with Strum into Progress being the one that I had a hard time admitting this to myself, but with Strum into Progress being a project that I'm more proud of compared to the interview, like being released after the interview, because I just figured it's better for that to happen in terms of like in terms of people, you know, either liking or not liking or whatever with the interview, people to kind of sell their opinions on it, and then I'll let some time pass, including some trailers for it up until close to the release, which I haven't figured out yet. It'll just be around the holiday season, because around the holiday season is every year a time for hope and kind of more positive thinking and stuff. So Strum into Progress being that kind of movie, that kind of documentary, I figure it should release around that time of like, you know, positive thinking and motivation and family and stuff. So yeah, that'll be like I said, November, December. I'll figure it out sooner than later, and then yeah, man. But it definitely is a weird feeling having both these projects done and then immediately wanting to work on more, make more trailers and just do more cool things, more projects. It's something I've felt before, you know, making videos and then wanting to make the next video. But I've never done these kind of big projects where I've just felt like they did take a lot out of me, especially with everything I've lost closer to the end of finishing both of them, and kind of somehow getting that motivation through that loss. I don't know how, but because wanting to leave the town, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never done projects as big as either of these. I've never done a project that's taken so much out of me and drained me so much. Both in good and negative ways. And then immediately want to do the next thing. And that's the creative itch, man. And it's a curse and a gift. And it'll just increase and be more frequent as I kind of get older and do more of this stuff. And make more films and make more projects and things. So that's a great thing, because what you love doing should and shouldn't drain you, in the sense that, like, yeah, sure, you're gonna feel fucking that you shouldn't do what you do at times. I felt that way a lot of times, especially during the summer. But on the contrary, there are people who have been impacted. And do feel things from your work. And then that brings you to it. That brings you back to it, like, okay, I need to do this for that one kid or for that one person. And that's the whole point of it, you know. Whatever you do. In my specific case, obviously, it's that one kid who watched my, looking back on it now, really shitty short film called Deja Vu, about like my anxiety and my mental health at the time. That was soon after the breakup. I'm losing my friends and stuff. My best friends at the time. And then, like, it was like a coping thing of like, okay, maybe if I make a short film about it, or I make content about it, maybe other people will feel the same way I do, or I guess did, not in this sense, but in past tense, but yeah, and then kind of feel better about what they're going through. So one kid a few years younger than me did. He texted me on TikTok, and it's basically like, hey, you don't know me. This is kind of weird, but like, it's really impacted by the short film you made and all the content you make on TikTok about it. Mental health and stuff, like, and it kind of puts in perspective what I've been going through. I'm going through a similar thing. I just want to say thank you, and it's really cool that you do what you do, and don't really seeing anyone do what you do and make what you make. And I just bawled, dude. I bawled my fucking eyes out when I read that on TikTok messages, and I was like, said a whole thing about thank you, no one's ever said this, blah blah blah, and whatever I said. But like, and man, I don't even care if he's watching this or YouTube or whatever or not. He was impacted by that one video and that one era of my content when I was like in a bad place and all that. Made content related to it that impacted him. That made him feel better about what he was feeling. And my logic is that he got past what he was feeling partly thanks to my content, which is amazing, and then he kind of stopped watching because he was like, okay, I don't need to watch this dude anymore. I got through it thanks to what he made. So then he stopped watching after that, after he got through that darkness. I respect that, man. It's like, he never said that, obviously. He never said that one thing to me, thanking me, but like, if he still does watch this, that's amazing. I don't know, but he does or doesn't. That one interaction online, that one, like, knowing he was impacted, knowing what I made helped someone, like, just brings me back to it every time I feel unmotivated. Not just, I mean, it's a much more simpler one, but like, with my more recent, a few months ago, but still more recent-ish, video essay about perks of being a wallflower, called Never Alone. Or sorry, it wasn't video essay. It was like an edit thing, senior creation or whatever. Someone commented that was like really beautiful and stuff. No impact or anything of like making me feel better, what he was going through, whatever. Nothing compared to that last kid. But also, it was like the thing of like, oh, it made him feel like it was beautiful. It made him feel compelled to comment that. It was beautiful enough to him to comment that it was beautiful to him, so he was impacted too. Like, two people have been impacted, and it was one big, one small, but the scale of that impact is big. Yeah. Anyway, I went off on a lot of tangents in this section about myself, so I think that's it. I would show you guys a trailer, but I really don't want to spoil it for anyone. It's not that many people are watching, which is fine. Yeah, I won't. I'll keep it for when it's released. That timeline is really important to me. Anyway, moving on. The nitty-gritty of it. Gamescom 2023. The Rebel Moon trailer is released. People are saying it's a Star Wars ripoff. I disagree. I think that is a bunch of studio heads saying it should be like Star Wars, or it shouldn't be in Star Wars, because according to, famous headliners and news bulletins, whatever, Zack Snyder wanted to do a Star Wars kind of in-universe Star Wars spin-off film. I guess, like, based off the trailer, probably exploring different worlds and different galaxies in the universe and whatever. And I guess some big studio heads or whatever didn't let him. And you know what? That's fair. It's other people's creations. It's not Zack Snyder's. Fine. But then, like, I don't know how late or early into production or pre-production, post-production, whatever, Zack Snyder is in for Rebel Moon. Yeah, it does kind of feel too much like Star Wars. And it's different. What makes it different is like the magic part of it, because magic isn't too much in Star Wars. But yeah, dude, there were literal fucking lightsabers in the trailer. Like, I mean, like, dude, he kind of fucked up. But it does look awesome. And you know what? We haven't been getting, like, however you want to debate about it, because Star Wars fans debate about it until they fucking are dead, about what type of content we've been getting, about how bad it is or good it is or whatever. We haven't been getting truly amazing, groundbreaking, like, Star Wars stuff for a long time. And even though this isn't technically Star Wars, it's definitely Star Wars feeling, and I need that feeling again. That will be pretty special, and I love Zack Snyder, so that'll just be a fucking cherry on top of the cake. So that's really all there is to say about it. I would kind of do a trailer breakdown thing, but I don't make the type of content that's for the bigger people that I watch. Like New Rockstars and Real Rejects and Heavy Spoilers and whoever. I don't do that because it's echoing what people have already seen, like who make stuff faster, who have teams of editors, who have I don't add anything new to that conversation. I just talk about it. And also I'm not that smart. But it does look awesome, and yeah, it kind of does feel like a Star Wars ripoff. That's also because Studio Heads didn't want him to do it in the Star Wars universe, and he kind of had no fucking choice. So, man, Zack Snyder just deals with Studio Heads left and fucking right. I feel bad for the guy. Yeah, he's one of my favorite filmmakers. I love Zack Snyder as a filmmaker, man. And, yeah, I can't wait for the movie. Apparently it's a game coming along with a release, which I don't think has ever been done in history of, ever. So that's fucking awesome, and I can't wait for that as well. That'll be a pretty revolutionary thing. If it does feel like Star Wars or not, that's just a milestone in film. So that's amazing. And then, as well as Gamescom, in Gamescom, there was Little Nightmares 3. I love the Little Nightmares universe. I love the games. I watched Jacksepticeye Jacksepticeye's playthrough on Little Nightmares 2. Loved it. Loved the story. Loved his reactions to everything. Just love Jacksepticeye and Little Nightmares. But anyway, obviously I played it before. I'm still playing through Little Nightmares. First one, I kind of know a lot of things that happened, but still want to play it for myself and see the gaps that I haven't seen, playthroughs and things like that. So that's still, I'm playing that one, and I have Little Nightmares 2, the physical one, so I'll play that probably after Little Nightmares 1, but yeah. But also, adding to my fucking playlist of games to play on here is Alan Wake. Apparently, it's this game about, and I already downloaded it through PS Plus because it was one of the free games I think last month, or maybe this month. But the first one, and it was it's the remastered and everything. And apparently, it's about a writer who wrote a horror kind of thriller novel or book or whatever. I guess about himself and about his monsters and his kind of horror world coming to his own life, and then that book starts to come to Alan's life because Alan wrote the book, and then he doesn't remember writing it. I can't wait to play that fucking game. And then Alan Wake 2 got a fucking trailer. Apparently there's a live action world in the game with the live action Alan Wake. Oh my god. That's never been done either. And I cannot wait for this. because, like, you know, especially my generation, people don't like those kind of games anymore, which sucks. It just sucks. People don't like those kind of stories anymore. Games or art or anything in art, really. Of like I was literally seeing comments on the trailer being like, "Oh, too confusing. I'll pass." I'm like, what? It's literally an author whose story like haunts him and his pursuit of escaping that darkness. How is that not compelling? And I'm not the only writer in the world. Like, how's that not compelling to some writers? And who knows? Maybe the writers weren't the people who commented these things, but you know, like, it just breaks my heart in terms of this generation. You know, not even just this generation, but this time in the world. Like, I don't know, but either way, personally, I'm looking excited for that game, and I'm sure, you know, you guys will tune in to me playing that on here, because I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll start making gaming content, but it just seems so draining, because then you have to make it, like, funny and stuff, and you have to say quips and things to keep people entertained. I just want to play the game and experience the game. That's the whole point of Twitch. So I think maybe I'll change my mind in the next year or so, but I'll most likely stick to gaming on here, on Twitch, and focus on everything else on YouTube, including more reaction content, which should be coming soon. I mean, it's not, you know, I mean, people just, like, gaming content kind of gets passed under the rug in terms of YouTube now, for some reason. I don't know why, because it's just an incredible thing that used to be on YouTube, but then now it's just kind of, yeah, just been passed over as, like, old news and stuff, and it's just stupid, just bullshit. But anyway, very excited for Alan Wake 2. Earlier today, there was Pigeon Simulator, which I cannot wait for. There's Little Nightmares 3 Good News is going to be released on PS4. As well, I haven't talked about this, but Jedi fucking Survivor is coming to PS4. Like, doing a re-release on PS4. Oh my god, I have been seeing this game and I've been wanting to play it so badly. And like, I still have yet to play Fallen Order. I still have the game. I know a lot of what happens, but like, I still want to play the game because it's fucking playing as a Jedi. How would I not want to do that? You know? So I'll still play Fallen Order, and I'll still play Jedi Survivor when it comes out on PS4. I'll play both on here, probably. Most likely. And yeah, I mean, and then there's the Hellboy game, which is still going to be released, and is still being made. There was a kind of trailer for that, release date trailer, and kind of bad news. It said PS5, new Xbox, and then PC. So I do want a PS5. That's another, like, thing to save up for in the next year or two. Mainly because of Spider-Man 2. I mean, come on. So, you know, if I'm assuming this game won't be released for a while. Like, it's probably be delayed, this Hellboy game. And assuming so, like I'll get a PS5 and I'll play Hellboy on PS5. That's the eventual goal, to get a PS5, and whenever it happens, you know. But yeah, so here. And then what else was announced? There was like some offshoot of the Goose Game where you play as like a little tiny man, which seems funny. But I've never played any of the like Goose Game kind of things, so it looks fun. But like, it's not something like Spider-Man 2 where like I'm like I need to play this. So whatever, it looks fun though. But maybe. Anyway, and then I think. Oh, and of course. Okay, fucking The Last Ronin. It was a little bit ago, but the announcement trailer. It shows the 4 candles representing the 4 turtles, and it shows glimpses of how they died. It doesn't show the actual turtles. It shows the first one, Leo, with his mask floating in water, so he drowned. I don't know how. I'm sure we'll find out in the game. And then there was. It doesn't show the mask for the other 2, so I'm just gonna guess Raph. I don't know. For the second one, which was fire, it was like a town burning or something. So I guess Raph died protecting a town. I don't. And then third one, obviously Donatello probably died. There was like a whole thing of arrows flying to hit solid ground. So he died by a bunch of arrows, I guess. And then it showed the one still lit candle of Mikey. And then it showed all the people who were working on it and stuff. And then it showed concept art of The Last Ronin, Michelangelo his fucking self, fighting the Foot Clan. And they're all like mechanized and shit, including Mikey. He has like a mechanized suit and shit. There has never been a Turtles game like that, because I've never really played Turtles games, and I remember playing one growing up with Xbox 360 or something. But anyway, there's never been like a samurai-like Turtles game. Or I guess, better analogy, there's never been a Sifu-like Turtles game. So that's gonna be fucking incredible to have that be the first of its kind in terms of the Turtles. I cannot wait for that. I forget, I don't think it said any of the platforms it was releasing on, but it'll probably be, it's in development, so like I'll probably eventually get it on PS5, and that's fine by me. So I think that was it. I'm not wrong. Okay, let's check actually. So let's just look at IGN here. Yeah, Pigeon Simulator. The Hellboy game thing. Oh yeah, that's also a cool thing. Lance Reddick is Hellboy in the Hellboy game, and he sounds great. The late Lance Reddick. Yeah, he's awesome. He was awesome. And that's just gonna be a great kind of final thing. think that's pretty much. Oh, what? That's not funny. The new image of the Ring Nebula in the galaxy looks like the Eye of Sauron. That's not great. Maybe that's a sign. That's pretty much it. Gamescom 2023, yeah, like nothing else was really. Oh, and then there was the shitty thing of some guy crashing the event, talking about GTA 6 and wanting it to be talked about. He literally like went up on stage and nudged the Game Awards guy and like, fuck man, that's just shitty. That's just like humanity being shitty, and that's just really stupid. And it was just stupid. It was just hard to watch, kind of. But me personally, I'm excited for a lot of those games, and I can't wait to show you guys my experience of playing all of them that I talked about. Little Nightmares 3, Jedi Survivor when it comes out on PS4, Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2 respectively. Maybe Pigeon Simulator, and the Rebel Moon game, wherever and whenever that comes out. The Hellboy game, Last Ronin. Yeah, excited for all of them, man. All of them. So excited. So yeah, man, that's kind of gonna be it. Oh, how could I saw Tales of the Jedi recently. Because last time I talked about Rebels and Clone Wars? Did I know Clone Wars? I don't think I'm gonna talk about Clone Wars yet. Because I'm waiting to watch Ahsoka fully to kind of talk about. I don't know. I feel like once more Star Wars is released, I'll kind of make another big video essay about like kind of a retrospective of Star Wars and like how important it is. So that'll be like a while from now, but I will say Clone Wars was an amazing show, and I loved most of it. There were hit and misses, but like overall, it's an amazing show, and it was an amazing achievement at the time. Still is, because they completed it. They made the final season and stuff, and yeah, it's incredible, man. And both Clone Wars and Rebels and other things that I haven't seen yet. I've explored the magic side of Star Wars, which I've always loved. It's not shown too much in the movies, but the little that was shown in the movies I've always loved, in the shows and stuff, the live action ones. And then of course watching these animated shows, it just explores so much. But then the magic side of Star Wars with the Night Sisters and the world between worlds and Bendu and the Living Force and the Wills and yeah, man, it's just. Oh, and of course Mortis, how could I forget Mortis? Yeah, it's just, and Morai. Yeah. Pretty incredible, man. And like, in Tales of the Jedi, I realized like, oh shit, I haven't watched this. I should probably check it out before Ahsoka comes out. And then I was like, I watched all 6 episodes. I should have watched it in how a lot of people watch it, which is like the Ahsoka episodes and then the Dooku episodes. Because it was released in like 6 episodes were released like in Order of the Galaxy, which was like fine, but also just But anyway, so the Tales of the Jedi first episode, like the Ahsoka episodes, I understand in comparison to the Dooku episodes how people didn't like them as much as the Dooku episodes, because the Ahsoka episodes didn't tell a cohesive narrative. They didn't. They just told different points of Ahsoka's story. The first episode, obviously, we haven't seen before, her as a baby, and her family, and where she comes from, which was very incredible. And her being destined to be a Jedi, which was just made me cry. Like fucking 4 words, Dave Filoni, 4 words, and you made me fucking cry. Jedi. Ahsoka is Jedi. Man. Yeah, she was just fucking thinking about it. And then she connects to the tiger, and it's like, oh my god. Like, dude, she connects to the living force, to the tiger, as a newborn. What the hell? That shows how powerful Ahsoka really fucking is. Oh, Dave Filoni, you're a fucking genius. That's for all these shows have shown also how genius Dave Filoni is. Oh my god. One of my favorite creators, filmmakers, writers, anything ever. Not in Star Wars, but just in general, even though pretty much all he's worked on is Star Wars, but still. And then, of course, episode 5 with the Clone Wars stuff. Like, oh my god, dude, Anakin taught Ahsoka unknowingly how to survive Order 66. That is both incredible, mystical in a weird way, and also heartbreaking all at the same time. Because it showed how close to Darth Vader he was getting. How close to Vader Anakin was really getting. How willing of a student Ahsoka was to Anakin, and how much she trusted him, and how much they trusted each other. How it was such a good relationship. It showed how much of a brotherhood clones were. Kind of, but like, it showed how good of a friend Rex was, or is, to Ahsoka. Obviously the most compelling part, it showed just how that was Anakin's final gift to Ahsoka. Having her survive Order 66. Having her survive what he helped with, which is just so fucking heartbreaking when you think about it. Like, she survived. Okay, Anakin Skywalker taught Ahsoka Tano. His student is younger sister, in a way, how to survive the massacre that unknowingly taught her how to survive the massacre that he, her teacher, her former teacher, how the massacre that Vader helped to orchestrate. Like, that is a fucking genius parallel. Oh my god. And then of course we come to episode 6, which is just, oh my god. Like, it shows how compassionate Ahsoka is. How even though this town is really, this village is just kind of a bad place to live, kind of bad working conditions. These Imperial sympathizers are hard to live with, especially a certain few of them really love the Empire too much. One of them too much so much to the point of turning Ahsoka in as a Jedi to the Empire, and then obviously when the Inquisitor shows up, I think he was shown as like the 8th brother or something. He was credited as, but anyway. Or that's what he is in the book, or anyway. That's the book I'll get eventually, the Ahsoka book. So he shows up, let's just call him 8th brother. And then despite all this, despite the entire village burning down because of these Imperial sympathizers, this one and specifically, and yeah, she still protects him. She still protects the entire village, because she knows that's what a Jedi should do, and that's what Jedi should be. In Ahsoka's words, when you see people who need help, you help them. Like, dude, that's so fucking true. And that's what was shown in this episode. And it's just, yeah. And also, even though it was fucking 30 seconds, again, Dave Filoni's a genius. With, opening with Padme's death from Revenge of the Sith. It's a weird thing with Ahsoka because, you know, obviously, you Star Wars fans know, Ahsoka wasn't even a thought before when Revenge of the Sith and the prequels were even made. So, kind of weird in the sense of how she was there for all of these events that were in the prequels, but she technically wasn't in the movies. It's weird to think about, but anyway. She wasn't even thought of until 2008. 2007 or whatever. Soon after Revenge of the Sith was released, so. Anyway. So she was there at Padme's funeral. Well, secretly, obviously, because she didn't want to get outed and killed by the clones, so. Or Inquisitors, whatever. Clones, yeah. So, knowing that she was just there, and then the line that she says of, she was a friend, like, oh my lord, that is satisfying, knowing that she was there, heartbreaking, knowing that she was there, knowing that Bail Organa saw her out of a crowd of people in the funeral, knowing that he followed her and helped her, led her to survival. Another time in terms of having a having him pick her and her friends up after the village massacre to survival through contacting Bail Organa. And then of course the Dooku episodes. Oh my god. Something we've never seen ever in anything. I don't think this was even in the expanded universe or the books or anything, comics. Dooku's fucking origin story of how he became Dooku, how he became Count Dooku. When I say I was shocked of the signs of how it was showing how right the dark side sometimes is in terms of the ideologies. How close he was to turning back to the light with Yaddle. Like, if Palpatine wasn't there, being the manipulator and influencer that he is, after Yaddle said Qui-Gon wouldn't have died, or Qui-Gon didn't have to die, I think if Palps wasn't there, Dooku would have gone back to light, and potentially Order 66 wouldn't have happened. Or the Jedi would have had more of a chance to prevent it. Or maybe Vader was just made sooner than later. Anyway, so you know, it was just heartbreaking knowing that he would have turned back to light, man. Knowing how close he was. Knowing that he would have helped Yaddle and the other kind of non-Jedi like Ahsoka and all them tear down Palpatine. If not for Palpatine being there, like yeah. And the chilling lines in these episodes, oh my god. Like, go save your father when Dooku was being a quote-unquote Jedi. Oh my god. In episode 2, obviously. Or his first episode. And then episode 3 with that one officer, guard or whatever, being like, the Jedi are lapdogs of the Senate, nothing more, nothing less. They only exist to do the Senate's bidding. How right that guy was, years prior to any of it actually coming true. Like, wow, man. Obviously, episode 4 is probably the most chilling line of Dooku's episodes, with Yaddle, her final words being, and how many people have died for what you call order. Holy shit. Like, sums up the Empire and their beliefs and Palpatine's manipulation in, how many words is that? How many people have died for what you called? In 10 words, definitely sums up the Empire, their beliefs. 10 words. 10 words. 10 words. 11 if you got a question mark, but like 10 words. Yeah. Final thing I'll say is Star Wars. I've seen watching these shows and how much they connect to all the movies and seeing all the Heroes Fan Productions edits and people's reactions to them and people talking about Clone Wars and Rebels and Tales of the Jedi and stuff. How important Star Wars truly is. What each character represents. You know, and of course, Star Wars being Star Wars, some characters represent the same things as other characters. Like Ahsoka represents kindness and helping people to a fucking T. Almost to a fucking fault, because her leaving Anakin in the Order, or her belief in what the Jedi should be, what that Anakin taught her, and kind of her heart telling her like that she can make an impact elsewhere in the galaxy, contributed to Anakin's fall, the dark side. Like, fuck man, how powerful is that? Ahsoka's heart and compassion that was taught by Anakin Skywalker led to the creation of Vader. Helped lead to the creation of Vader. Like, oh, fuck. And then, I don't know if Dave Filoni will do this, but it's a genius parallel that I just kind of thought of if he would do this. But, like the final scene with Luke and Vader, or Anakin, I guess I should say, where Anakin says, "Tell your sister you're right. You're right about me, Luke." All that stuff. But how right Luke was about Anakin being the chosen one, and Anakin still having good in him, light side in him. Obviously we saw Book of Boba Fett that Ahsoka and Luke have met prior to us seeing both of them together on the Jedi Temple in Book of Boba Fett. And I feel like in the Ahsoka show, maybe obviously later in the first season, how they first met, Luke and Ahsoka, before that show. So, I just thought, like, wouldn't it be genius if Luke told Ahsoka, who is, like she says, a friend of the family, but also like an older sister to Luke, if you think about it. Besides Leia, obviously, but so I would think one of their first conversations was talking about Anakin and how both of them knew him respectfully as Anakin and Vader. how little Anakin, how they kind of juxtapose each other, of how they knew Anakin and Vader, respectively. How little Luke knew Vader, or how little Ahsoka knew Vader compared to how long Ahsoka knew Anakin as Anakin, compared to the opposite with Luke, with how little Luke knew Anakin compared to how long he knew him as Vader. He knew Vader as Vader. It's kind of like the opposite. They kind of juxtapose each other of how they knew their father figures. Well, I guess in terms of Ahsoka, her older brother figure, but you know, same difference. I would love for Dave Filoni to put that together, of like Ahsoka finally finding peace. Like, well, she did in Rebels, with the line of like, "You can't save your master, and I can't save mine." But also, I'd love for her to finally acknowledge it, of like, oh, he's the chosen one because he cheated. Hold on. Because like Ahsoka didn't find out, doesn't know, I'm assuming, before her and them talking, which we haven't seen yet. But I hope we'll see in Ahsoka that like, I'm assuming she didn't know about Anakin turning to light side at the end and being the true chosen one. And how Luke was the half of the chosen one, being the one to unmask Vader and reveal Anakin. Yeah, I just love for them to talk about that. Luke and Ahsoka. And I hope that we see that. And that kind of gets tied together by Dave Filoni. This is genius. Okay, so I would stream games now, but it is very late, and I want to enjoy my final day here in this town as long as I possibly can. So, I will try to stream games in the next week before classes start. While I'm kind of enjoying that first orientation week, whatever time I have there, whatever free time I have there. But yeah, so it's gonna be different, that's for fucking sure. I'm not gonna be here and stuff, so it's gonna be a little weird. I know. But yeah, so, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll have time tomorrow to stream some games. Hopefully I do. But yeah, so I also just want to watch a couple of YouTube videos and then go to bed. So anyway, final thing I will say is in Ahsoka's words, I am an instrument an agent, a fulcrum. She was Ahsoka Tano. Why had she lived when so many others had died? She asked herself this question too often. Perhaps because she didn't want to face it. Because she knew the answer. An instrument, an agent, a fulcrum. This has been episode 20. This won't last long. Until next time, whenever it will be. Hopefully soon, guys. And podcast.